Hi everybody, this is Kathy Guenthner and Kate Armstrong, and we're here to give you a series of pre-assessment activities that you can do prior to starting your Stay Independent, Active, and Live Balance and Fitness class. We were offering it at Green Township Senior Center with everything closing. We wanted to provide you it online. Now I talked too fast. But anyway, so the first test we're going to do is a sit to stand. A sit to stand is a measure of your balance and strength. So there's multiple ways to do it. The ideal way is to put your arms across your chest, bend forward, stand up, sit down, bend forward, stand up, and sit down. Now you don't want to get into like short little abrupt patterns like that because it's not effective and it's not a good reproducible measure. So you want to take your time when you're doing it. The second thing is you can also do it by, if you can't do a full up and down without hands, then you can start by trying with two hands, and if that's easy, you can go to one hand, and if that's easy, you can go to no hands, and then you can try across your arms, because that's a better measurement and reproducible pattern of motion. Have anything you want to add to that, Ms. Kate?
The biggest part too is what kind of addition to what she was saying was make sure you get all the way up straight each time and sit all the way down in between instead of kind of tapping and going back up. I tend to do that on my end myself.
Why don't you do it all the way up, down, and up and down the correct way, and then do like two of the faster way where they really see what that pattern looks like.
Okay, so here's how you would like to do it. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, and down. And here's what I tend to do if I get going too fast. Up. And I'm kind of bent forward and just barely tapping when I come down.
All right, so we don't want you to do it that way. We want to do it the slow, consistent way. So let me get my clock out, because my watch for some reason doesn't really have a second hand. And we'll set it for 30 seconds. And, are you ready?
Yep.
Go. This is the last one. That's good. I got the 15.
You got to 20.
Very good. So there's a chart that's listed with these videos that shows for a lady, 50 years, 60 years and older, you should be able to get the 15. So I am 62, so I got the 15, so that's appropriate. And we generally downgrade to 20 for anybody under like 50. So Kate got the 20, which is appropriate. It does make you slightly short of breath when you do it. And the other videos, just to kind of remind you, we talked about perceived exertion. And that's a measure of how hard you're working. Now the sit to stand is considered an anaerobic exercise, meaning it's a burst of energy for a short period of time. And you are expected to become slightly short of breath during it. Whereas when you're doing a balance class, it's an aerobic exercise, and we want you to work at 60 to 80% of your heart rate, which when you look at the perceived exertion on the Borg scale, that's between 14 and 60. So, and then the lowest end on the perceived exertion scale is 9, and that is when you're basically resting and not out of breath at all, and the highest is 20, which means that you're at your highest heart rate, and that's not a good place to be either. So we want to have you try to exercise in that 60 to 80 rate of perceived exertion. So you should be able to talk while you're walking, but you do want to challenge yourself a little bit. You don't want to walk at such a slow pace, your heart rate's not getting up. Now as a reminder to us and to you, about 1 or 2 months ago when we were at this Green Township Senior Center, there was a gentleman there trying to get people to try out watches that would help you follow your heart rate. So that's another way to regulate your perceived exertion. Like right now, my watch is saying it needs some help, but my heart rate is at 87. And for my age group, I think we were saying, I didn't redo that today, but it's like between 89 and 135 is the rate that I want to be in. So I imagine my heart rate got up higher during that anaerobic type period. The other way we look at strength is we're going to take, for ladies, we're supposed to be able to do 5-pound curls. We're supposed to be able to get to 15 is the first goal for us in the exercise class. Now, just to remind you, we want to have you sit with your a curve and small your back, your shoulder blades down and in. Don't do this. That's wrong. Don't pull them up. It's down and in, and your head over your shoulder, and you'll come up like this. First, we'll just do 2 reps. All right, so this is a 4-pound, and that, fortunately for me, is not really a challenge. Not a challenge either for Kate. She's nodding with me. So if we were good, we would have a 5-pounder handy. Unfortunately, we don't have that right now. So we're going to go ahead and do, see how many with the 4 pounds we can get to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, now we're going to do that with our non-dominant arm, and that might be more of a challenge over there. And it's also meant to be done in 30 seconds. We didn't add that part originally, so let me get my handy-dandy watch started. All right, and go. Okay, very good. I got the 20 in 30 seconds, and you got to 20. Perfect. All right, so what that tells us, like, the actual test is to do the 2 and then go to the next higher weight for 2 more and next higher weight. So you can't, when you get to the end of 15, that's your highest weight. At that point, in the exercise class, we're going to ask you to take 60% of that to start with. So if you did 60% of 4 pounds, it would be 2.4. So you'd start like at 2 or 3 pounds and use that during the class. And you're using it with multiple exercises in the upper body that your arms will get fatigued during that routine. And then when that gets to be easy, you go up to 3 or 4 pounds, depending on where you start, and progress from there. And we're happy to give you suggestions during the class to help you progress. Now you're on your own at home. But you now have all the pre-assessment videos, and you can head off now to the full class, which is also posted online. It has Stay Active, Independent, and Live. And it has, the way the class is set up, that you start with a 5-minute warm-up, which I think we did Tai Chi for. And then we do a 5-minute activity to start getting your heart rate up, which we use the Cuban Shuffle for. And then we went into our series of walking, the various patterns that we actually use. And we did some balance walking, and we did some balance positions, strength, and flexibility, and the cool down. So we look forward to seeing you maybe in May. And we're going to post some more videos in a couple weeks. And it's been a little delayed in our process, but we will get them online for you. So have a great April and May, and we hope to see you soon.